and bank insurance. So let's proceed to SWOT analysis. So the strength of the Alliance Financial Group is strong management. So strong management, they have a frequent number of meetings. So they have 8 meetings per year. So, and all the board of directors has their role in company. And so innovative culture, they always want to innovate something to make their customer convenient. So for now, they have launched on February, they have launched the new service called Loan Consolidation, where all the loans can be consolidated into one account. So the customer can control their loans and financial management efficiently. And so the weaknesses is cost structure. So as I mentioned earlier, most of their branch is in Sabah, so why not they expand the branch in Kuala Lumpur, so it makes more convenient to the customer. And the opportunity increase revenue. So increase revenue, as at 31st December 2016, their revenue is 129.7 million. So with that profit, they have confidence to improve their performance, and they want more investors to invest to their company. And online market. So online market, they have their own online banking called Alliance. You can go to allianceonline.com. So in there, the customer can also see their investment online, their stock and unit trusts and so on online market. So threats, bad economy will affect the operations of Alliance banking, and intense competition. There's a lot of bank in Malaysia, so there's a lot of competition. So they have to be more recognized than other banks to gain more. Okay, so industry analysis. So the industry analysis that we analyze is banking industry. So this industry is well known for financial dealings, investing, borrowings, and storing money. So banking industry play an important role in our country's economic development. And banking sector is one of the service sector that are also contribute to our GDP. So as at 2014, the contribution is up to 54.6% to our GDP. So as you can see on slide, the ranking of our competitors. So we analyze, we rank them based on total asset. So the total asset for Maybank is 708 and 345. So Maybank is the highest, has the highest total asset. So Mbank is at 6th place with 133,803 800 units. So, and the last one is Alliance Financial Group, 53,142 ringgit Malaysian. So we can see that Alliance Financial Group need to improve more to make their rank up. Okay, so next is portfolio management.
As you can see, this is the Portage Fund Process Model. The trends of new entrants is government licensing and regulation, high initial investment, and the entry of foreign banks. The entry of foreign banks is, for example, like Abu Dhabi Corporate Bank, profit before taxation and zakat. A negative profit before tax and zakat indicates that the business has fundamental problem with profitability and cash flow. As you can see in 2015, MBank has the highest profit before taxation and zakat compared to the alliance where it pays 0.0%. By doing this analysis, it provide us the internal management and external user financial data and or information about the company, whether we as investors should invest or not in the company.
So for the final analysis, which is the statement of compressive income and statement of financial position, we had the analysis on ratio analysis. We are emphasizing on return on asset, return on equity, dividend yield, and price earnings per share. So the first one will be return on asset. Return on asset is a metric that investors would use to see how they turn their assets into net income. So as you can see from the graph, A&B Holdings is doing very, very well as compared to Alliance Financial Group. They have a high percentage as compared to Alliance Financial Group. This could mean that A&B Holdings are better at managing turning their assets into net incomes. For return on equity, it is a metric that investors use to see how the company uses the shareholders' investment to turn into the net income for the company. For return on equity, again, you can see that A&B Holdings are doing very well as compared to Alliance Financial Group. However, in the year 2016, they plummeted down from 32.68% to 24.37%. The next one will be dividend yield. Dividend yield is a financial ratio that measures the amount of cash dividend distributed to common shareholders relative to the market value per share. So, as you can see from the graph, the one that stands out most would be for Alliance Financial Group on the year 2014, which is dividend yield would be 6.69%. And meanwhile, the highest for A&B Holdings would be for the year 2015 at 4.29%. The last ratio would be the price earning ratio. The price earning ratio, or the P ratio, is a ratio for valuing a company that measures its current share price relative to its earning per share. So investors, the higher the price earning ratio, the higher investors expect the company to grow over time. Okay, as you can see from the graph, the highest one for A&B Holdings would be on the year 2011 at 14.2%, and for Alliance Financial Group would be on the year 2010 at 14.62%. To conclude everything, the finance industry has played an important role in facilitating economic transformation and growth of the Asian economy. There are strengths and weaknesses in this company that we have analyzed. For A&B Holdings, there's a strength to be a stable company with high profit of year. Meanwhile, their weaknesses would be the rumors revolving the company's name recently. For Alliance Financial Group, their strength is slow but steady growth. But the weaknesses is the lack of brand awareness from the public perception. Both company has been doing relatively well in terms of their performance, but as an investor, it is recommended to invest in a company that is well established. So our choice for you guys to invest would be A&B Holdings.
Okay, so what is the public perception and recent result of MBank and Alliance?
services that need to compete with the foreign bank?
So usually,
Just give us an example.
okay, so when it comes to banking, the interest rate is important because you want to get loans at a low interest rate. So that things that the banks have to look out for because nobody wants to get loans of high interest rate. So by the entry of new foreign banks, they could possibly issue loans with a low interest rate, thus making it the threats of new entrants.
And then, what is your opinion? Do our local banks versus foreign banks? Our local banks they have two types of banks, like in general, the government or the private. So, in which area will affect? Will the government's bank or private bank? The government's bank, I can give an example like this, Banks Financial. And for the professional bank, you can give like my banks and MDs. And what is your opinion? I just want to your opinion. Can be
My opinion on what source
your group. Your group
Regarding the public and private banking sector,
versus foreign bank. Which one will affect? Whether the private, the government bank, or both of the industry will affect versus the foreign bank?
in our opinion, so foreign bank versus banks in Malaysia, is it? Okay. So if there is more foreign bank in our country compared to our local bank, it will affect because the government have to secure the public bank and private banking too to compete with foreign banks. So
The most threat of bank is government bank. So we have to compete. The government banks such BSN, Rakyat, so they have to compete with foreign bank to create more awareness to the customer. So they have to provide more services to compete with
How do I see that the government banks have their
entrepreneur, you may evaluate